Hi, my name is Makena Kimani. I am 25 years old. I am the founder of the Kona Dance Centre. I am a creative, I am a dancer, I am a dance teacher, I am a choreographer, all things creative, and I am a millennial on the move. I don't wanna argue, it takes time, it takes consistency, and it's gonna be hard because sometimes people are with you, sometimes people aren't, just because life. Stick to it, keep doing it. As long as you remember your why, I feel like that's enough to keep you going.
Freestyle.
So the Kona Dance Centre is a dance platform I began in 2020 during COVID. I was taking classes online and I was like, I might as well do the same thing. I've always wanted to have my own dance school or have my own dance thing, institution building. So I decided this is the perfect time to do it because everyone was at home. And I was also taking classes, so I was like, why not? Also, you don't have to worry about dance studio rates or transport for people from the comfort of your home. So what we do is we offer dance classes, affordable dance classes, and we create dance awareness, dance education. We just want to inspire dancers. So dancers and non-dancers all together. Our vision is to be a holistic institution where we, again, create dance awareness, dance education, change the way dance is viewed. So the inspiration behind the Kona Dance Centre is, I had a hard time, first of all, getting this name. It used to be the Kona, and if you go down like to the first, to our Instagram page, you'll see it was Kona, and that was before we rebranded and everything. And pretty much it's really hard to find a name for your center, for your business, for whatever it is that you're doing. So everyone in my family was just kind of helping me. My friends, my brother were helping me figure out what name to give it. So the Kona was what made sense, and then Dance Centre kind of make sure that we have a focus in what we're doing. I like to say that I'm a versatile dancer, so I can do, if I'm taught, I can do everything, all the kinds of dances. So I am a hip-hop dancer, I'm an Afro dancer, I am a ballet dancer, contemporary, jazz. I kind of got into tap for a bit, so I'd like to say I'm a tap dancer as well. I am a Latin dancer, so salsa, kizomba, bachata. I am pretty much, if I'm taught anything, and I will do it. But what I teach most of the time is Afro grooves. I teach ballet to little kids. I teach hip hop, contemporary, jazz sometimes, musical theater also. Honestly, anything and everything. If I can do it, I do it. Like I said, a creative. So dance specifically because I feel like that's what came more naturally to me. But do not be fooled. I like the performing arts, all of them. So singing, acting, dancing, I'm really interested in that. I also like fashion and anything creative. Yeah, but dance is what came more naturally to me. And so that's why I decided to stick with dance. I was born and raised in Nairobi, Kenya. And so all my life, that's what I know as home. This is what I know as home. I am in a family of 3 kids, and I am the only one who dances professionally. I feel like we all just dance as Kenyans, as Nairobians. We just do that. So I feel like they can dance, but I am the dancer of the family. I was a very athletic child when I was growing up. I did everything. I swam, I did karate, I did soccer, volleyball, netball. Again, anything and everything that I could do, I did. I was one of those kids who was the only girl playing football with all the guys, and I loved it. I had a good time. So I went to primary school in Marion Preparatory School. I was there from kindergarten until class 4, and then class 5 I went to boarding school, Marion Farmhouse School, which I loved. And then after that I went into, that was pretty much the same dance-wise. It was kind of just prize giving day, graduation, we danced with the class, and yeah. And then high school, I was done with 844, so I was like, okay, I need to change systems. I went to a Christian-based curriculum school called Faith Ventures Christian Academy, and that's where my spark for dance kind of was reignited, and that's where I was like, okay, this is what I want to do, because we had these things called conventions, so it was everyone who was in that school, or rather that system, would meet once a year and compete. And so this is a place where I kind of did my first competition as a dancer, and I got first place, and I was like, hiya, this is a thing I can actually do. So yeah, that was high school. That's where I started my dance journey. And then after that, I went into college. I went to College of Southern Nevada That's in Las Vegas. And I did a dance program, graduated with a certificate of dance. And then after that, I also did I worked for a bit as a dance teacher and as a dancer with different companies there, which was really good. And then I went into Broadway Dance Centre. They have a international student visa program. So I did that for 3 months, and yeah, that was definitely a highlight of my journey living in New York and living the dream. Daddy used to take me walking down the street. My childhood dream was not to become a dancer, at least until I was 16. Before, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I felt like I would figure it out eventually. But at some point I remember I wanted to be like an ice cream man. We never saw ice cream women, so that was the thing, and I just thought I could eat ice cream all the time, or a shopkeeper because of the sweets. I also wanted to be a lawyer for a bit, but that's because I watched a telenovela which I really liked, and I was like, that's kind of cool. There's a guy who was a lawyer who looked like he had everything together. But once I got to like 16 and I saw that this is something that I can do, then my dream changed. From then on, it's always been dance. Whatever it is that I can do in the dance industry, I want to do. My parents' reaction was not surprising at all. They were very progressive. They are very progressive when it comes to things like this. So they were very supportive from the beginning. I remember actually when I started going for dance classes in high school, I remember they actually let me leave school early to make it in time for my ballet class because I was going all the way across town. But it's like they were really supportive because I wasn't at the ballet dancer like that I needed to leave and be there on time. But they were supportive throughout from the beginning, and until now they're still supporting me. I think that it's really great that people are going out of their way to do what they love, their passions, and we're all different. You know, you might like accounting and finances, and I might like makeup and dance or different things, even content creation. I don't think anyone would have thought that that's something you could have done, especially in Kenya, and have, make a living out of it. And there's people doing that, and I think it's fantastic. Parents have played a huge role in, and the community rather at large, have played a huge role in discouraging people, and or rather millennials right now. So I feel like as millennials, as Gen Zs, whoever comes under, I'm not sure what the ranking is, but I feel like go for it. If you're passionate about something, even though it's not what's deemed as the, whatever is acceptable, go for it. I'm all for it. Do it. Figure out how to make that a business. Figure out how to make it work for you. Do it. So far, my dance journey has been a roller coaster of emotions, but definitely I have a bunch of highlights, and one of them is being a part of MDQ's Power music video and teaching at the Blackbird Dance Centre. But I'm going to tell you all about that after this commercial break. See you.
Love is not enough, baby. Come to me, Molo.
So my experience at Blackbird Dance Theatre, how it started is my nephew used to go to that dance studio, and he came highly recommended. So I was like, okay, let me go. I was on holiday. I was like, let me go check it out, take a couple of classes, because as a dancer, you guys know, you're just always taking classes everywhere, and you're always wanting to just explore that industry wherever it is that you go. So I took one class there, and of course I was able to talk to the studio owner, who was also the teacher at that time. And then we were like, oh yeah, you're also a dancer? I was like, yeah, I teach. And they were like, it would be really great to have you as a guest teacher and teach Afro. And I was like, let's do it. Actually, I'm the one who actually suggested it to her, although she was also going to suggest it. So it kind of worked out that way, and I was able to teach 3 different classes there. It was really cool to have people of a different culture, dancing to Afro beats and dancing to Afro moves that like shaku shakuing, guara guara, shoki, all that stuff. It was really, really cool. Sisi ndio power, watoto wa hao, ndio sisi hao. It's time to. So the Mudhoni, the drama queen video Power, that was thanks to Art in Motion. They called me for that gig, and honestly, forever grateful. That really is top 3. Assuming there's gonna be another highlight like soon in my life, but that one, yeah. So Art in Motion are the ones who hooked me up with that gig. How I prepared for the music video Power is, first of all, Art in Motion, because they're the ones who called us for that, and they were the ones doing the choreography. they were the ones who were kind of directing us and helping us with rehearsals and everything like that. So most of the time, the preparation was showing up for rehearsals and giving it your best. One thing that was different, or which I didn't expect, is that there was a bit of acting as well. So that was really fun for me, again, because I feel like being a triple threat is what I would like to end up being. So that was really fun. It was not expected, so I was a bit nervous, but I feel like it worked out well. Yeah. So the Kona Dance Centre, like I mentioned before, I started it in 2020, and the goal was to just offer affordable dance classes. The goal has been changing ever since, things are evolving, and I'm like, okay, there's something else I want to do. And what we've been doing right now is offering classes, and we started because it was COVID. It was all virtual at the beginning, so that was really cool to have people from all over the world join us. At the time, we had a class, and we had someone from, I was teaching the class. Okay, I think it was me or someone from my team at that time who was teaching the class, and it was really cool because we had someone from Nairobi, someone from Germany, someone from the UK, someone from the United States, all in one class dancing to like Kenyan oldies. It was really, really cool. So the journey has been interesting, roller coaster, but I feel like that's how it is with everything. Everything, especially if you're doing it independently. The journey has been a roller coaster of emotions. Right now, because things have opened up, we are now kind of transitioning into physical dance classes. We're not there fully yet. Right now we have pop-up classes, so this is once a month classes where we do different styles. For example, this month we're doing Afro grooves. We've had contemporary before, we've had Afro jazz before, we've had sassy vogue. And we're excited to explore the different styles with you guys. We call you guys dancer friends. So yeah, once you come for a class, or if you feel like you're a dancer, you have some kind of dance rhythm, you're a dancer friend. Yeah. My time in New York was amazing. It was 3 months, so I was a New Yorker for 3 months. That was cool. What the program looked like was, first of all, because it was an international student program, there were students from all over the world. And when I say all over, I mean Kenya, United States. There was someone from people from like Greece, from Korea, from China, everywhere. Yani, it was those ones where you had to have a translator to like help everyone just be able to go through, to just figure out what's happening. So it was really cool to have everyone come in and be a part of this program. What it looked like was we had 12 classes. We had to take 12 classes every week. So you choose, there's a bunch of classes happening. I think they had like over 300 classes happening every week. So you choose 12 classes based on what your focus is. So if you're focusing on more street styles, you'd maybe have like 3 different classes, maybe like hip hop, street jazz, maybe jazz funk. I think that's a street style, I'm not sure. So you do that. My focus was contemporary jazz, so I would make sure I have like 3, either contemporary jazz, either jazz itself, or Broadway jazz, the different kinds of jazz classes. And then the other 9 would be anything else that you like. But then what I really liked about it is they also included like acting and voice, so I was able to do that. So depending on what you wanted to do and what your focus was, you just get to pick whatever it is that you want. But it was 12 classes in the week, which for all the artists out there and dancers, that's like heaven, because dance class after dance class after dance class after dance class. Like, you're tired, you're sore, but let's just keep going. Yeah, it was really nice. I've had a lot of challenges and like learned a lot of lessons ever since I began, but I think the biggest one so far, even with the Kona Dance Centre, is trying to figure out how to stay true to myself and the vision while also being relatable, because things are evolving. And there's one thing's trending this time, the next thing it's something else. So it's like you want to still be relatable, but you still want to be able to stick to your vision and the goal. So trying to figure all that out has been something that has been challenging. But we live and we learn. We're learning each day. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. And yeah, we live and we learn. I look up to Galen Hooks. She's a dancer, a creative, a dance director, a dance filmmaker. All things dance, a dance choreographer, dance teacher, yeah, all of them. I look up to her because her style is so different, and I think I resonate with that more. It's commercial, but it's still different, and it has like a minimalist vibe, which I really like. I'm like, it's just, yeah, I love it. My dreams are huge. Your dreams should be huge also. In the next 10 years, I see the Kona Dance Centre having its own physical location, fully equipped and running successfully, being a source of inspiration for dancers and even for non-dancers to just come and have a good time, take a dance class for the fun of it. Personally, my dream is I see myself thriving in the dance industry, locally, internationally. I don't know what exactly that looks like, but I know I'm gonna be thriving and living life large. I would like to say that I take many classes to keep me on my toes, but that's not the case. I take a couple of classes when I can, but what has definitely kept me in check and on my toes is teaching. Because I teach weekly, I teach regularly, I have to come up with new content every time, I have to come up with new routines, so that keeps me in check. I think where we go wrong as millennials, first and foremost, is believing, because I mentioned earlier that the community tells us, you can't really do that, or you can't pursue makeup as a full-time career, you can't do dance, you can't do music, you can't do things like that. So I feel like where we go wrong is first believing them, because that's not true. I feel like we should be able to break out of that and do what it is we like regardless. And what I would say to people who would want to follow in the path, it takes time, it takes consistency, and it's gonna be hard because sometimes people are with you, sometimes people aren't, just because life. And yeah, stick to it, keep doing it. As long as you remember your why, I feel like that's enough to keep you going. Social media has been a huge help in marketing, because that's where I started. That's the first place I created a poster and I'm like, I'm starting dance classes. That's the place I was like, I'm gonna, you can't really go and post on, in town, on the streets, somewhere, on some walls. You really can't do that these days. And everyone is on their phones. Everyone is looking at what's new, what's in, who's doing this, who's doing what, all that stuff. So definitely social media has been of help. And like I mentioned, when I started the Kona Dance Centre, I like to say we because a bunch of people were helping me out. But when we started it was completely virtual. So for me to get people from the UK, people from the States, people from Germany, it was all because of social media. There's no way any of these people would have known, and I don't know them personally. I came to I came to meet them in class on a Zoom call. So that's really cool. My favorite social media platform is Instagram, just because that's what I'm more conversant with. I tried TikTok. Hey, yeah, Instagram is it for me.
To say I love you.
Encourage the people who are trying to do things that are different, because I feel like it starts from there. I know the economy is tricky and all those things, so maybe we can ask for certain things. But I feel like just as a dancer, it's so hard. It's tough. The industry it's tough. It's tough on your mental health. So I feel like for the community, I would just say support a dancer in whichever way you can do that. For the government, maybe have sponsorship programs, things like that for artists, for dancers maybe in specific. I feel like there's a lot of that for musicians, or for actors. Actually, I don't know. For performing arts, I don't know. Dancers though, I haven't seen as much in that. So maybe programs for dancers where we can be able to get funding, and something that we can do, because also sometimes I feel like there's these programs, but then there's so much before you can even get that funding. So make it accessible to us. And I think I would really like to see more dance studios in Kenya. And by dance studios, I mean actual studios and not just a dream that has been, pushed away and we're like, okay, let's hire this space for an hour. Yeah, that would be really great if we can get some studios. I don't know how the government will do that, but yeah, it's a big ask. I guess this is where the government can come in, and like the people who are in high places. When you hire dancers, when you hire choreographers, when you hire dance teachers, it takes a lot for us. We're trying to change the way dance is viewed, We're trying to do this as a career. We're trying to make a living off of this. So when people give you our rate cards, please just, cooperate. I'll give a shout out to all the dancer friends out there, everyone who's dancing and trying to make this work for them. You are important, you're amazing, you're needed. Receive all the flowers. This is not easy. So yeah, we see you. I see you. We've got this. You can be sure to follow me on my Instagram. My personal account is Makena Kimani. The Kona Dance Centre You can find us on Instagram and YouTube. So the Kona Dance Centre as one word, both Instagram and YouTube. And definitely check out our website as well. That's thekenakona.com to see what we're about. You can come for our class. We have classes at the end of the month. So come through this year, next year. I think we have September, October, November. Yeah, 3 more months until we're done. So come through for that. And for anyone who's trying to get into this industry and wondering what to do and should I even do it, honestly, go for it. If you're passionate about it, if you feel like this is something that you're being called to do it. Imposter syndrome is the enemy, but go for it. Your best is enough. There's always going to be someone better than you, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that you need to stop what you're doing or that there's no space for you, there's no room for you. The most important thing is that the most important thing you can be is the best version of yourself.